Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. On today's video, we're going to take it back to the very first month I got to this city. So the first month I was in Korea, I spent most of it in Seoul in quarantine. That was the first 14 days. So what I'm going to be talking about today is the first month from the day I got to my city. That was the first month before I got paid. It was actually 41 days. I spent 41 days here in South Korea without any salary, and I survived. Of course I didn't have a choice. When I got here, I only had 4,000 rands in my bank account, and I had to use that money to buy any and everything that I did not find here in my apartment. For example, I had to buy bed sheets, I had to buy like microwave oven if I needed one, your essentials like bedding, pillows, food, and what are the essentials? I don't know, like anything that I could ever need that I did not bring from home, I had to buy. So yeah, I had 4,000 for all of that. And on top of that, later. So what else did I have to do? Oh, I had to use that money to process my residency permit, to get my RC card. I had to do like some health checkups, and that needed money. I don't remember how much at this point in time. I also had to do the ARC card, that also cost some money, and I think the total for my medical checks and my ARC card came up to about 1,000 or 1,500, I don't remember, somewhere there. So there was a lot I had to do with the money, and not including any other thing that could pop up in the middle of the way. But I made it 41 days without getting paid. I made it. And how did that happen? Well, I'd just like to say that if my boss wasn't the kind of person she is, and the kind of person who kept chipping in and on everything, even when I didn't ask her, then maybe I probably would have needed more money. I did ask my mom for 2,000 rands towards the end of the month because I realized that I had spent money so recklessly. So the thing is, when I got here, I did not have a sense of how much things cost and what is expensive and what is not. So I got here, and after a couple of days I thought, this place is pretty cheap. Everything is pretty affordable here. That was my first impression of this place. I thought it was very affordable, and as a result I spent my money recklessly. Well, I was not spending it recklessly, but I was spending it in a way that I wouldn't have if I had known what I know now. For example, I bought a wig. I bought a wig online on my first month here. Now that I think back to it, why the hell would I buy a wig? I don't like wearing wigs. I hate wearing wigs. But I wore it for an entire month, and I thought, well, you know, wigs kind of look good, so let me just buy another one. And then I bought that wig. I have never worn that wig. I bought it in the first month when I was here, and I bought a couple of other useless stuff that I did not need at that point in time. So yeah, in that regards, I really spent my money recklessly, and I think that is why I had to ask my mom for more money. On top of that, the first month when I was here, I was really always on the road. And just to paint a picture, at that point in time, well, supposedly it was not supposed to be convenient for me to be traveling a lot at that time, because first of all, I did not have a SIM card. When you have a SIM card, everything is convenient here. I did not have a bank account. When you have a bank account, everything is convenient here. Those two things. would have made traveling a lot easier. I didn't think it was hard, by the way, back then. I didn't think it was hard at all. I enjoyed traveling, just hopping from Wi-Fi to Wi-Fi. So I would set my location here in my apartment and then go out and get the bus, and when I get in the bus I connect to the Wi-Fi and communicate to whoever I'm going to meet and tell them to wait wherever. I can see them right at the bus stop or whatever, and then I get off the bus stop and I find them. So it was not too hard for me, but people had actually brought to my attention that it could be tricky to travel without a SIM card, because when you have a Korean SIM card then you have data and you can use it anywhere. I did have an option to buy the SIM card at the airport, but I did not do that. That SIM card was just freaking expensive and I did not have much money coming here. So I thought, I'm not buying a SIM card. So there was a lot of things that I could have, with the knowledge that I have now, maybe I could have survived with 4,000. But because I did not have that knowledge, I spent recklessly, and towards the end of the month I had to ask my mom for like more money. So in the end I ended up spending 8,000 rands for my first month. Now here's where this becomes ridiculous.